Hello friends and bees and friends who are also bees, welcome to this week's Final Fantasy XIV stream. This week we are going to be unlocking Bozja and working through those quests as well. I absolutely forgot that I had logged out earlier before I'd done a thing that I'd intended to do, so bear with me while I just get that sorted. So you know what, let's swap over to the gameplay. I am actually going to fix a thing real quick though. That needs to go there. There we go, that looks a little bit better. You'll have to bear with me while I buy some jewellery and shit. Ignore my awful, terrible glamour. It's because I absolutely forgot to buy anything earlier. I'll just do this real quick. Down this way. My glamour is truly awful. We'll be out of here in a minute. I just want to do this while I'm here before I forget. Knowing me. I want this please. Yes, I am spending money I don't technically have on this dude. But already... what a waste. Well, there we go. I love to cause problems for myself. Let's get out of here, shall we? Let's go actually do the thing that I was planning to do and not completely forget about it. So yeah, the plan, BT dubs, I should have said that. Oh thank goodness shit's working as it's supposed to now. The plan is we're going to go unlock Bozja and then I'm going to try and do as much of it as possible. I'm aware it may be an absolute pain in the ass to do solo, so if there's any like leveling groups running, I'll probably hop in with them. I'll take a look in PF. I appreciate that Bozja is like no longer the dumb thing anymore, but I really want to get through the main story at least, as much as possible, so we'll go actually at least unlock that today. Because 5.4 is next Tuesday, but that means that Arshad will be more or less caught up. He's definitely not like on level for anything, but I'm not endgaming him, so I'm not worried about his gear. I'm more worried about getting him through various bits of story. I just realised over my shoulder you can see my tea advent calendar hanging up. I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I just hung it basically in my closet. Whoops. Anyway, we're going to hand in this Asobo proposal, drop some thingies, also because then I can do levelling in level 60 dungeons and get them that way. Or rather, I can bring him along for fate grinds and get both experience and okay, so Stuff like ale. I feel like we read this last week or a couple of weeks ago, so. Has the master blacksmith finally reached his limit? Shut your mouth. You ain't but scratching the surface to me, talents. Not my fault the inscriptions are proving so bloody difficult to refine. On top of that, they're getting in the way of any other improvements I might be able to make. Trouble is, they won't really give the weapons their teeth. The design, the materials used to forge them... It's just my phone asking what I've had for dinner. If you want your weapon to have more kick, magic in the inscriptions needs to be more potent. I don't even know where to begin. Is indeed a curious predicament. How did Gunhilda's Blades of Eld accomplish this, I wonder? Any thoughts? Would that we could glimpse into the past and see for ourselves. Speaking of the past, a couple of soldiers came by asking about how to extract the memories out of crystals or some such. By the sounds of it, the Bozjans use crystals for down here everything what had to do with memory, even keeping memories of their fighting techniques. Reminds me, we received a most interesting report from Gunhilda's Blades. Since taking the resistance weapons into hand, they've come across peculiar no crystals on the field, quite unlike anything previously discovered. That could be just what I'm looking for. There's no reason to believe they couldn't use those crystals on weapons, right? Wait till we last flagon of ale, the Bozjans could use some crystals and their memories of battle to strengthen the enchantments of those inscriptions. Well, that's what I'm hoping. While it may be too soon to jump to such conclusions, it certainly warrants investigation. Exactly. And me hunches when it comes to weapon work ain't never wrong. Sus. Can't know for sure until we have a few to try for ourselves, eh? I'll see if I can't think of a way to work these memories into my plans. In the meantime, two of you can go and find as many as you can. So you can do this either through fucking about in Bozja or by doing fate grinds, with the fate grind being infinitely quicker, and then to make it sparkly, you can run leveling dungeons or level 60 dungeons, which is pretty sick. Okay. As we discussed with Master Geralt, I would ask you to procure memories for your weapon. Maybe frank, it's quite a relief to know we needn't rely on Mistress Rowena for this endeavour. Fashioning weapons for the new Gunhilda's Blades was taxing enough on our coffers. Gods, I shudder to think what more she could demand as payment. But I digress. Perhaps first we should consider what manner memory would be suitable for our purpose. They should be memories of battle, of course, but the weapons lineage can be traced to Bozja, so perhaps a memory of battle on the southern front would be ideal. And to add a personal touch, I should think a memorable place from battles in your past would do nicely. By my estimate, we'll need 3 varieties of memory and 20 of each. When you gathered what we need, we can consult Master Geralt on how best to proceed. So, we need 20 blue, 20 yellow and 20 red memories, which can be gained either inside Bozja itself or by doing fate grinds, with the fate grind, as I said earlier, being infinitely quicker. I'm like relatively close to getting my second weapon for Maeve, which is great because I only really care about getting 2 weapons, Astro and Summoner. Astro and Summoner are really the only classes I'm likely to play at level 80, even though I have others unlocked, I just don't play them that often. And if I'm doing stuff under-leveled, I tend to bring Monk because I quite enjoy Monk under-leveled, whereas I cannot bloody stand Summoner under-leveled. But now that this guy's on Fairy, I'm going to start bringing him to stuff as well, because he's got a whole bunch of classes to level, all of which I'm taking very slowly. Anyway, let's actually unlock Bozja itself for real. Having recently reclaimed Uknaz Aegis, a new outpost in the southern front, Massacres Asieras to escort you there that you might assess the situation for yourself. So let's go. If there's anybody who's hopefully there'll be a party finder up, or I was hoping a friend of mine would come along for it, but I think he may be offline. So I have done the whole story of Bozja on Maeve already, but I did that before I started streaming, really. So be doing it completely from scratch on this guy. I'm going to try and get as much of it done today as possible. If that's not working out, what I'm going to do is try and get up to level 10 off camera. And I'll do it that way. So, what's that says? Men knew the Gunhild's blades, yes. They without question the finest of our soldiers, and under their leadership morale has never been higher. Victory is in reach, my friend, I can feel it. If there is naught else, I will lead you to your duties. Castrum Laclitus Litore was once known as Alermic Fortress, erected in the hope of deterring the Gallians. After the Bozja incident, it would be rebuilt and given the new name, Lacus Litore. Its position to the north of Bozja will make it a critical strategic point in the battles to come. If we are to have any hope of reclaiming Bozja, we must first gain control of the castrum. The location was originally chosen for its natural defences. Being surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs made Alermic Fortress all but impregnable, assuming, of course, one had the wherewithal to defend it. When the Guardians came, the magic weaponry was unlike anything we'd ever seen. A great many lives were lost in our struggle to hold the fortress, and in the end we were simply unmatched. At present, the castrum is held by the Lenatus Gabrant second in command, Menenius Rem Lenatus. An interesting choice, to say the least. Lenatus is a well-known family with a long and august lineage, that is, until they incur the ire of the Emperor, tarnishing their name and robbing them of their position in Guardian society. And yet Barshvan Gabranth would choose members of the family to serve under him. Mayhap he sensed their desperation to redeem their honour. If that is the case, the road to redemption is long dead, for 2 generations of Lenatus have served under the Gabranths. Imagine the recognition they'd receive with thwarting our attempts to take the fortress. You can be sure he'll do all in our power to stop. I think we've read about Noah Gabranths already. Seizure says, I understand that you're no stranger to battle with the Empire. Having crossed blades with such redoubtable foe before, I must ask, do you believe there's any chance of success with the Resistance? Now the fighting has begun in earnest, I cannot help but wonder if our troops can endure the bloodshed required of them. They say they are prepared, willing to lay down their lives for Bozja, and yet, forgive me, such dispirited thinking will accomplish nothing. Tell me about the weapons you plan to forge. With Master Geralt's help, we have nearly all that is required to reforge the weapons of Queen Gunhilda's guard. While it's true the legends of their might are duly inspiring, to simply call them the blades of Gunhilda would do little to differentiate these new armlets from weapons of Eld. After all, we do not wish to give the impression the originals have been recovered. After much thought, Master Geralt offered a simple and surprisingly satisfactory suggestion of resistance weapons. He also went on to make a rather curious remark about the steps to be taken in their forging, that these weapons can be enhanced further in accordance with the enemies one faces. By the sounds of it, these weapons are truly never truly complete until their purpose is fulfilled. I've given up on my caption and I just read very quickly. I'm glad you could join us, both Caprate Helene, and not a moment too soon. Allow me to introduce you to Gunhilda's blades. 3 big cats and a girl. High Mage Savan, Master of Flames. Fury of Azar rivals even the fieriest hells. Isolde the Eagle Eye. In brightest day or darkest night, no enemy will escape her sight. Stanik, the unwavering blade of Bozja, the foe dashed against the shield at beyond counting. Velibor the baleful blade, his unbridled fury can fell entire cadres with a single stroke. Aggie, the iron fist of Bozja, a young prodigy whose martial skills even put the most seasoned veterans to shame. Laz, the merciful blade, no foe, however terrible, will dissuade his blade from finding its mark. I do love their emotes. Big cats. Rest assured, this is not the guard in its entirety. A number have already taken to the field and will benefit greatly from your presence if you are willing. With Gunhilda's blades and the Warrior of Light leading the charge, it is only a matter of time before Castrum Lacus Litore is ours. Speaking of which, I believe you have yet to see the Castrum. If you follow me, I'll show the object of our struggle here on the southern front. I'm just going to talk to Mikoto real quick. Realise there's little I can offer the Resistance beyond the realm of research and study, but I do have some skill in the healing arts. I pray it will be enough to be of help to the medics. Is there something you wish to discuss? We're good. Thanks. Oops. I'll talk to the other guys in a bit, but let's go get this unlocked. There it is, Castrum Narcus Litore, to use the Gallian moniker. I think it means Sad Lake, I can't remember exactly. Its true name is Alamuk, which means eagle in Bozja, as they too once made their home in these mountains. To our people, they are a symbol of strength and good fortune, both of which were sorely needed when the Empire first invaded. But we needn't dwell on past failings. Now we have a chance to reclaim what is rightfully ours. To remind the people what it is we stand to gain, I've chosen to call this initiative Operation Eagle's Nest. Like the great eagle, we must strike hard and swift, and with you at our side, I have no doubt we shall see this through to a glorious end. This is a really bad day to be looking at it because it's so foggy out. Before you rush into battle, I believe Makoto wished to discuss the crystal focus with you. Good tidings, perhaps. There it is. Oh, I should have just talked to her later. Well, oh well. There's Masuja, my hot, strong girlfriend. Put you do heart eyes on Masuja. I don't care what happens to her later. I have already been spoiled for all of this by doing it on another character. I don't care what happens to her later. Masuja is my hot, strong girlfriend. Ah, Arshad. I've rather exciting news to share. As you may recall, the energies of the crystal focus were spent on our exploration of Sid's memories. After careful analysis, we've concluded that it can, in fact, absorb ether in a similar fashion to the aura slide we discovered in Nivalis. This assumes, of course, we have a suitable source of energy matching its ethereal frequency. And therein lies the problem. Crystals bearing such a specific ethereal signature are quite rare. We could never hope to amass the quantities needed. Were we to locate an ether current at the correct frequency, however, charging the focus would be a matter of course. Unfortunately, such currents only exist in regions of Bozja rife with Imperials. Makoto wished to wait until the fighting died down, but as I explained to her before, time is a luxury we can ill afford. I'm sure you understand better than anyone that the bloodshed will only cease when a victory is decided, the death clock climbing ever higher on both sides. The horrors of this war weigh heavy on the hearts of our people. A burden which could be used were we able to employ the crystal focus, healing wounds not of the flesh but of the mind. Plans to locate an ether current are well underway, but I suspect your help would see them expedited. Might we ask for your assistance in this endeavour? You got it. Pressed for time as we are, Sid has already begun working on a monitoring device to locate a sufficient source of ether. I would join him and see to the final preparations. In the meantime, I would ask the two of you to investigate a location I believe to be near an ether current. Sorry for interrupting, but a few of our soldiers wish to have a quick word before you depart. I expect their intelligence will prove useful when you're out in the field. Okie-dokie. I appreciate your willingness to help, but you must you always place yourself in such peril? I'm sorry. I understand you only do what must be done. We all have our roles to play, and I promise to fulfill mine as best I can. Stay safe out there, won't you? Okay. Speak to the historian. Blake Protehilene. A moment, if you would. I serve as war historian for the Bozjan Resistance, and Marsac tells me you may be able to help in my work. I needn't tell you how the atrocities of war can wear on a soldier. As such, it has become increasingly difficult to find one of sound mind and body who can accurately recount their experiences on the battlefield. For a hardened warrior such as yourself, I suspect keeping an account of the foes you face should prove a rather trifling task. Shard's like, to quote who to assume I can read and write. It's not to say I expect a detailed record of every interaction, mind. But if you should trade blowed with any notable figures, however, I would enjoy it. We appreciate it. All information gathered from the Battle for Bozja will ultimately be compiled within my field records. Here, you may use this to take note of any memorable encounters in the field. Thanks. Realise the burden this places on you, which is why I will see to it personally that you're duly compensated for your efforts. Okay, so we do certain fights or etc. It gives us a bit of information. Whoops, I accidentally skipped some dialogue there. And then if we get duplicates, we can hand them into her for lockboxes. So the dialogue I missed there. While there's no telling what you'll face on this other front, Demeter over there may be able to assist you in finding worthwhile battles for our field record. Radiant Blake particularly. I take it you'll soon be joining the others on the southern front, yes? Though my duties have kept me here for the most part, I've heard tell of the carnage wrought in battle by enemy soldiers and their war machina. Indeed, the Imperials often prefer to wait until their intended target has been weakened before sending more troops to deliver the final blow. Yet for all their cunning, they are remarkably predictable. Let us suppose you destroyed one of their war machina, and the enemy receives word of your victory. They would no doubt assume the effort has left you exhausted, perhaps even badly wounded. A perfect opportunity to send reinforcements and overwhelm you. But what if, unbeknownst to them, we are prepared for the arrival of additional troops? It would be an opportunity to further diminish their ranks. I would ask you to venture onto the battlefield and fell 2 Legion and 4 Nimrods and 2 Slashers. Should they decide to send reinforcements, there'll be no element of surprise to favour them. So basically, what happens here is we can do... So this guy has lockboxes, which we cannot hand in yet. We can buy things from him once we hit level 10. And then there are lost fragments, which we can decode there. And then if we talk to this guy, once we level up with metal, then things. Let's go do fighting. Need to beat up 2 Slashers and 2 Nimrods. So essentially the way that it works is that you participate in fates, and then sometimes if you some fates will spawn others and can also get CEs, and if you get CEs, they're like bigger and more powerful fates. If you die, you lose metal, but it's alright because I don't have any, so I can die. Once I've unlocked, I will try and find a group. Okay. So this is where it's like, yeah, it doesn't actually matter that I've lost metal. Or that I died, rather. There's a thing, resistant recruitment is where CEs will pop up. Potion clusters drop from random mobs and can be exchanged for a variety of items, and then metal is like experience points. The music in this game is extremely good, in this section specifically, I mean. Go. I want to grab a slasher. And then I just get distracted sitting here just enjoying the music. Hopefully there would be people doing, there's a cluster, fates further down, down in this region, and I will be able to just join them. Do I want? I want social player search. There's a solid chunk of people here. I don't know why I clicked on that as if I could raise. Oh well. You returned, and none the worse for wear, I see. I expect that's more than we can say for any Imperials who dared cross your path. But enough about them. I wish to ask if you noticed any peculiar crystalline objects in your time in the battlefield. Bozjan clusters, we call them. The Bozja incident wrought a most unexpected change in the land, which we believe is what caused these clusters to appear. Our quartermaster would have any samples we can find for further study into this phenomenon. I haven't much, but you can be certain you'll see rewarded for anything you have to offer. These crystals can be exchanged for stuff. Have you taken time to report to my commanding officer? I've talked to him and he said, tell me if you, Genian of Valor, if you have any. Psh. And then I got sad and didn't. Considering all you've done to help us this far, I'd say you've more than proven your mettle. He's certain to want to hear about what you've done out there. All you've done for us so far, they say. There we go, by finishing the quest I rank up. And say all I've done so far is defeat 4 enemies and die after killing the first one. Ah, Blake Pratehelone. What news from the southern front? Offer proof of your mettle. Troops no doubt be inspired when they hear accomplishments. Look forward to hearing more of your continued success in the field. Ranku? New resistance weapons quest is now available. So, we talk to Business Quartermaster over here. And we can get, this is the mount. This is the guard emote, and then there's 2 bits of music. Mostly I'm after the mount on my main, but I'm going very slowly. Anyway. Come at a good time, Blake Pratehelone. I have a rather interesting report to share with you. While out on reconnaissance, scouts happened upon relics we confirmed once belonged to Gunhilda's blades. It was long believed the Queen's Guard possessed crystals within which they stored the knowledge of their fighting techniques, and this discovery has removed all doubt. The Forgotten Fragments, as we call them, may very well turn the tides of war in our favour. You see, much to our surprise, Master Geralt claims to have experienced working with similar crystals, and believes the memories contained within can be extracted. He has set fast to work on a means to do so, and assured us it won't be long before their secrets are revealed to us. With the weapons and techniques at your command, you'll be a true successor to the legacy of Gunhilda's blades. Assuming you're able to procure more, of course. Judging by our scouts report, it will not be an easy task. It would appear that wherever they can be found, formidable beasts were not far behind. Still, it may prove beneficial to rid the battlefield of such creatures, not only for the sake of our fellow soldiers, but for the chance to acquire any fragments that may be in the vicinity. Wish you the best of luck. So, let's go. Hop on Uncle Midge. And go participate in a fate. It looks like there's at least one puggy over there, so... Oh yeah, there's a solid chunk of puggies. Fear not, your death will be swift. Leon will never forgive me. Well, we've got a cluster. Let's wander over this way to unlock this chunk of map. And basically this is what we do now. Is run around unlocking fates. Cluster farms are pretty easy to do. You get a tank to run around and so I can't go there just yet. So let's go over this way. Is a fate over here, and people are participating in it even better. Kind of might put in LFG fates for Zone 1. If somebody posts saying that they're looking for more, I'll probably join in. But I'm scared of people, you must understand. The Empire excavated an ancient automaton, they've repurposed it for combat. Sure, like study it more, they would have to wait until after it's been smashed into pieces. No, don't aggro onto me. Good news is that they don't have positionals. In this game, or in this section at least. Now I run away. Please de-aggro from me. I'm extremely small and have no health. Somebody just... God bless this puggy who went straight past me and saw me on the floor. You're the only good puggy. And fate has broken out over here. Can carnivorous plants bloom, even on a battlefield? Can puggies please come join me? Extremely small and scared of being hurt. Just want to rank up. There we go. I love the names of these fates. Usually either puns or pop culture references, and this one in particular is very good as a as pop culture references go. And then camera cuts to me where I'm like, also all I know about Metal Gear comes from the High End Daisy comics, so like, don't judge. Dragoons AoE may be awful. Straight lines only. That's it. Sonic says, take a good look, Imperials. You'll only get to see this once. Oh my. Yeah, my dude. Strong. Stardiver. Also Nostrand. The two of them together. Make me feel good. Oh goodness, I am losing my voice already and I don't know why. I do know why, it's because I have class, then Python and stream all on the same day, which makes Tuesdays difficult. Sick. There we go. So it's relatively, like, it's not it's not impossible for, nothing doesn't take ages, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's taking ages for me on Maeve, but that's because I'm on the, like, 10 to 15 slog. It doesn't take ages normally. Okay, well, Castron popped 15 minutes ago, which means I mean, this is nearly full instance, so there's a fair chunk of babies. I wish there was a sort by resistance rank. There we go. Yeah, there's a good chunk of us babies here, so oh, speaking of which, a fate just popped, so actually no, let's go hand this in and then we'll do the fate grind. It's not the most interesting thing to do on stream, I admit, but it's my stream and that means that I decide what I get to do on it, and what I do is Bozja. What I'm doing, I can talk about where I'm at in my my final paper for this class, which is like, of the classes I'm taking, the only one that needs like a proper final paper is words. I recovered enough from a pain flare up this morning to do some reading, which is good. So, do fair searching for forgotten fragments. There you go. Like it's gone to sleep, as it so often does. Well done, Blade Capote Helene. Well done indeed. Now, before you can begin the extraction process, the shards must first be appraised so we can tell what sort of memories they contain. Go talk to that dude over there. In fact, one of them was stationed by that tent over there. Sick. Thanks for the metal and also the items. Lost actions unlocked. I skipped past all of this dialogue when I was unlocking this on Maeve. Interesting to actually see the explanations behind things now. Right, let's appraise some forgotten actions. So we've got, oops, oh, I hit the wrong button there. We've got cure and protect and shell. Next potion. Leader, plate bearer, and veteran. Ooh, essence of the veteran is good. So then what we can do is bung some of these in. So I'm going to grab cure. I'm also going to grab protect and put that on me. I'm going to put shell on later, I think, once I run out of protects. I am going to grab a phoenix down and a potion. And I'm going to grab a plate bearer. Specifically just because if I'm soloing at the moment. So then I can go here to Lost Finds Halter and I can pop Lost Protect on that. I can also eat my plate bearer and prop cure on there. And then I can get a fatter cat. I can go to duty, move that here, save. Actually, I'm going to change it once more. I'm actually going to, whoops, I need to go to macros, HUD layout, duty, move it over here actually. There we go. And let's go. We should be able to rank up after one more fate. So let's go. With plate bearer and protect on, we should be okay. What bugs me is that you can still, well, no, never mind. I was going to say something really stupid there, which is it bugs me that you can drop, drop lost actions that correspond to classes you don't have. And the reason that's stupid is because I completely forgot you can, as long as your class is over level 70, you can play them in here. So this is the one that was happening earlier, and there appears to be one person doing it, so I shall come join them. Did I just buff rather pointlessly? Sure did. So command's charging system frowned upon. Her tolerance, her presence rather on the battlefield can no longer be tolerated. I'm actually not going to pop protect just yet. Given that I've got plate bearer up, I may as well stick with plate bearer. Those still bearing entries must fall back. Genuinely can't remember if we need to. We do need to beat her up. Okay. I genuinely really love the music in Bozja. It's really very satisfying. I said satisfying as if that at all made sense as a word that I was looking for. It's good. It's good music is what it is. As you can tell, my brain is fried. I, as always, am very tired. I had a pain flare-up, which was a real bitch this morning, and then the painkillers that I took for it, I think may have, like, just fucking knocked me out, which meant that I was really struggling earlier. Like, I could barely keep my eyes awake. I thought I was about to fall asleep at my desk in the middle of class, which is not great. And lecturer sends me an email like, I want you to be well, and I'm like, mate, I want me to be well as well. But unfortunately my body is such that such things are beyond my power at the moment. But what that means is that I'm just very tired, and I've taken another painkiller and it's not knocked me out yet, which is, you know. Gives me some hope, but only some. Try and incite people who aren't in your party, just to be aside. You'll run if you know what's good for you. I don't know what's good for me, I've never known. Running through the trees, help me someone, help me please. Thanks sweet, there we go. Hit it eventually. I hit all of my other buttons, which I did not mean to hit, but I did hit leg sweep eventually. And this one will hopefully get us up to rank 3, which I believe unlocks the next section. I believe it's 3... not sure. Because there's 3 sections. So it makes sense for it to be 3, 6, 9, and then rank 10 is Castrum, but I'm not sure. I doubt we're going to get up to 10 today, but I shall certainly do as much as I can, and then I will probably level off camera, and then yeah, do that. I'm at the point now of needing levels on both characters, but with Arshad at least I can level off camera and then like just do the quests on camera. What? No fit state to continue. Fall back, I say. Fall back. What? Oh, we've got these guys still to kill. Watch as I hit both of my healing cooldowns in one go. Ah, chained a cluster. Tamed the wrong button team. Yes, good lord. Nice. And I got a tortured memory too. We love to see it. Right. Let's burn a return. Xavier says, you never stood a chance against Gunhilda's blades. And go rank up. GMP says, how can we hope to build Grabant's new nation if this is all we're capable of? What news from the southern front? Here we go. rank you up. Please to... Okay, now... I need to be rank 5. Okay. In that case, let's get on that hashtag grind. I at least want to meet I want to do the quest with Masija, my whole girlfriend, whom I love deeply and with all my heart. And I know spoilers, and I don't care. She's my hot girlfriend, and I love her. You know, Imperial mages who weave their way across the battlefield and are dangerously close to Utya's Aegis. They must be repelled before they can strike at the resistance outpost. The dubious distinction of being both cool and slightly unnerving, which I love personally. But they also keep putting AoEs down, which means that I need to move, which is annoying. Watch as I hit the wrong fucking button once more, as is so often the way with me. I didn't mean to buff there, but I did it, so now we all must enjoy, by all I mean me, my accidental buff. So yeah, like, Bozja is definitely just a fate grind. But it feels, it feels fine, like it's not, it strikes like the perfect mix, for me at least, of like, team next, here we go, none of them knew they were robots. Yeah, for me at least it strikes the perfect, I'm gonna do that. Get down off your fucking... Fourth Legion's deployed a detachment of unmanned war mecha with the one simple objective: wreak as much havoc as possible. So let's fuck them up. I have posted in Say Chat that I am looking for a low-level skirmish party, so we'll see. As long as there are groups of people around, it's not actually that bad. It's when there's like nobody around that you suffer, but the way to do that is to just pop in and out of over there that people are going to. I love that whale. I really do want that whale. on. His main line is sure to retreat before long. There we go. I've like duoed this with one other person. Let me tell you, it's not ideal. The Guzo, known to not effectually as Hamshanks by his peers, has gained a reputation as a fearsome beastmaster. He and his horde will need to be eliminated to make way for the Resistance's troops. I was about to say you'll see from chat, and then I realised that of course you won't see from chat because my face is covering that up as intended. But in chat, one of the things that gets asked a lot is has Castron popped recently, and it's because it pops once an hour on the hour. Which means if you are just looking for Castron, it's not the same for every zone. So if you're just looking for Castron, one of the things that you can do is just pop in and out of various places, asking if it's popped, or you can just load into one and just hang around. But like, if you don't have time to do that, yeah. Luckily there seem to be a fair chunk of people at like all levels, so... It's not horrendous. Annoying but not horrendous, which is what they often say of me too, I guess. As in, me as well, not hashtag me too. Handful of people here. It just seems like these are not going anywhere. I said, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's because I'm baby, that's why. Like, some of these fates I think sync to the number of people in them, or like the level of the people in them, but not all of them, so... I have to say, I'm unerringly glad there are no positionals in here. I guess it's because you get people who will solo stuff, and so if you had to do positionals, you'd just be fucked like if you were a melee, but... Someone, me, forgot how to speak. I need to take down this Garrett, it's really annoying. Okay, I only got a little bit hurt by that. I got a lot hurt by my absolute boning of my my rotation. Now let's fuck this dude up. Love the not so affectionately known as Hamshanks. I'm intrigued to see like how much I can like how far I can actually get in this time. Like I'm about 2 to 3 fates away from one's going that way and I can't go over that. I'll sit here and wait for a low level fate to spawn. But yeah, no, I'm about 2 odd fates away from rank 4. So it'll be really interesting, there we go, to see how far along I can get in like 3 hours. If 5.4 was the week after next, I'd be less worried about it because I would just try and get like 1 to 5 definitely this week, and then, or you know, I try and like save some for next week. I doubt I'm gonna get a castrum today, but I'd like to get at least more up. You know. Okay, here we are. Can carnivorous plants bloom even on a battlefield? Most of blooming snapweeds is taken to feasting on hapless combatants. While your allies and resistance were more pleased if they were thin than the enemy's Imperials, they pay little attention to with whom they are devouring. A handful of buggies. I should just put in shout G low level fates. I put it earlier and nothing happened, so I'm just scared of people, you know? One of the value to being in a group is that even if you go like hand in to rank up a quest or something, the group can still do damage. It won't get you personal metal, but it will get you like memories and lost actions and shit like that. Clusters as well, I believe, are shared, so. Take a good look, Imperials, you'll only get to see this once. Every time I'm just like, wink. Fates. 2 more. And we should be golden unless the CE pops suddenly. Start just like wandering backwards and forwards through the trenches until the fate pops. There we go. Ooh, and I received field notes on Stanek. Love to see it. I'm actually going to move all of this over here, and I'm going to put you over here. As I go in entirely the wrong direction and nearly drop my Blood of the Dragon. I looked this up, by the way. They're a mob from FF10, which is something I did not know until very recently. Seeing other people's the tenacious, pack-trained of beasts at Speckencore, in addition to being the middle planet himself, his assault on Nottingham Aegis must be stopped at all costs. Right. Those panthers are really annoying. Almost as annoying as kells are. Beast will sup in your flesh. Without their master, they will fall into disarray. Fear not, your death will be swift. Says Saban the Vengeful. Shaven? Saban? I don't know. I've seen people on the Fat Moogle just like float by. Sick. Oh, we are close. Come on. Nice says, Leon will never forgive me. I feel like I did that one already. Well. Ripped my blood of the dragon, but I'm different. Can even get bloody cluster out of it. So with the memories, you have yellow, blue and red. Yellow you get from Slytherin Entrenchment, blue you get from Old Bozja, and red you get from Alan McCline. Actually, while we're here, let's join this Puggy in fighting things, and then what I'm going to do is read my my new notes. Sorry about that. What happened there is I accidentally hit the play button on my media controls, which started playing the I'm trying to help you kill this thing and you're just running away from me. If you stopped running, I'd be able to help you fight it. For fuck's sake. Ow. That unlocked now. I can't bloody sprint because I'm still in combat with that stupid conflicted with the first law is going to be done by the time we get there, so let's head over till all pets are off. There we go. This one should be enough for me to hit rank 4, which will be nice. When we go rank up to rank 4, I'll read the notes on Stanek. Oh, it's the one. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, I love these guys. Imperial Centurion Crease is known not only for a prowess in battle but also for her collection of bizarre pets. Unfortunately for the Resistance, these happen to be incredibly ferocious and hungry for warm flesh. Flesh. Can someone please take this off me? Thank you. Now I can help eating up the spirulinas. See, look at this. Sick. To get. 4 down, 180 to go. Marksack says, stick with me, I'll keep you safe from harm. Fangs. As he has undoubtedly noticed, I am a floor tank, and therefore a dragoon, or perhaps the other way around, dragoon and therefore a floor tank. Tis my unerring duty to fucking lie on the floor and die. I always love seeing puggies appear bringing with them a stack of ads, and they clearly were like, fuck it, I'll just run and the ads will get AoE'd down. Which is fair because usually they do, but it's still quite funny. God, come up with something new to say, Marsac. Sick, nasty. Rank you up. Right. Let's go rank up, and then we will hit level 5. Ooh, a CE. Ooh. Gonna register for that. Love to see it. Proof of your metal. Troops no longer look forward to hearing this. Before you go, if you expand our lost finds cache, I will not keep you. I've only got 2 lost finds, so I'm not going to bother handing them in now. Let's see. Let's just head straight into war beasts, rather than trying to get to. Maybe should I? You know what? I'll pop straight in. We'll sit here for 2 minutes and chill. A whole bunch of people will go LFG, LFG, LFG. And then somebody starts forming a party. Sick. I'm gonna do a quick Google. Bear with me. I knew I recognised that name. There was a puggy, they've now gone off screen, called Stella Hoshi, and I thought I recognised that name, but I cannot remember what from. It's from Valhalla, that's where I recognise it from. In shout chats, Hobbs has just said Big Omar, and Big Omar says Hobbs. Clearly, 2 old friends. Undercooked risotto, there's a good one. Or risotto if you're English. I want to click on. There we go. We've also got soda pop jam. Right. Let's do it. I apologise in advance for all the frames that are dropping. That is just what happens. I have it happen, like, please stop moving the boss, for fuck's sake. This frame drop is a nightmare. It's also completely normal, unfortunately. So, like, I do apologise, but there is also literally nothing I can do about it. Avoid parts, much like avoiding balls in here. Oh no. Confused once again. Please don't let me die. Some of these CEs have special things after them if you don't get hit or don't die, which is not going to happen to me because I'm struggling both as a Jagreen and as a person who's dropping endless frames. But you know, conceptually. I don't even know what I got hit by there. Just like life. Nice. I'm gonna stay in party unless it's just okay. Yeah, no, everyone's leaving. But yeah, CEs are a great way to get a fuck ton of metal. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I can't see or target a goddamn thing. And we've got silver there. I'll watch people go back to rank up. I was about to go follow them and then I was like, hang on a second. We've got memories. Right, I'm gonna sit here and while I wait for a fate, I will read Stannik's thing. Long before he joined the ranks of Gunhilda's Blades, Stannik had dreamed of becoming a hero. Life under the Imperial struggle was, for the majority of the Bozjans, a daily struggle against poverty, and the same held true for Stannik's parents. A slow day at the little store they ran meant no food on the table that night. No coin could be scared to send Stannik to school, and that too was not common. Stannik himself did what he could do to earn money, whether that be minding the neighbours' children or polishing boots on the street. But no matter how bad things were, he never resorted to thieving. His parents had always taught him that being poor was no excuse for bad morals. At the age of 15, Stannik presented himself at the Imperial Army's conscription office for evaluation and was accepted. He did this not because he sought soldier's glory, but rather to ease the burden on his parents by giving them one less mouth to feed. Of his meagre wages, he sent home what he could. Though it be but a pittance, it somehow helped Stannik feel like the hero he yearned to become. The letters he received in return were his sole source of comfort, errant evidence that his parents yet survived. Stannik was stationed at a distant post when reports of the incident flooded in. A message arrived from his parents stated 5 days later, and he felt a rush of relief until he saw the numbers neatly printed in the corner. It was dated one day before Bozja Citadel all but ceased to exist. So one of my alts, Myron Kalek, or Myron Adar as she is in this game, Myron Kalek as she was in another game, she, I've decided, comes from Bozja originally, and at some point was basically smuggled out of it. As what I think is that her dad was certainly not like important per se, but definitely had enough. He was a trader, and I think he definitely had enough like resources to, you know, potentially get people out of there. I think after the incident, possibly, I haven't decided exactly yet, but possibly after the incident, he basically smuggled Myron out as the sort of older sister, with the hopes basically that she would, like, he thought we're all gonna die, and he was like, well, if I smuggle my oldest daughter out, she will, like, possibly be able to at least, like, keep the family line going. And so she was basically smuggled out, but sort of against her will, and she personally wanted to stay and join the resistance, but it was not to be. So, ooh, and I've got Aggie's field notes. Let's read these then. An ancient and diverse settlement home to 200,000 inhabitants, the Bozjan harbour city of Marteve draws neighbours from arms around with promise of plentiful employment. Yet despite its prosperity, this haven also shelters its fair share of vagrants and orphans, whether it be through war, illness, or imprisonment at the hands of authorities. Many of the children who lose their parents to unfortunate circumstance and end up huddled beneath the streets and sewers and drainage tunnels. Aggie had been one such child. She never knew her parents, nor the name she was given at birth. Aggie was what the Imperial clerks chose to call her on that brutal winter's day when they first found the 5-year-old shivering outside, alone and half frozen. She claims to have little memory of the time before she was rescued, aside from the taste of Zephyr, a sweet marshmallow confectionery which remains her favourite food. She has no recollection of where or with whom she lived. Back then she seemed unable or even unwilling to even speak. The clerks took the silent Aggie to be raised at the illustrious Verdant Path, the School of Martial Learning, and her transformation was nothing short of miraculous. The dead-eyed, listless child that was taken in from the cold came to life in the company of her classmates. She showed an incredible aptitude for reading and writing, devouring every scrap of wisdom her instructor set before her. For long she blossomed into a young girl full of cheers and affection. A whole bunch of smiles and affection, her cheerful mood never failing to brighten her room. Blaz and Bellable were the two with whom Aggie felt the most connected. Determined not to be outdone in martial prowess, she devoted herself to the study of fist fighting, and through a combination of hard work and natural talent, rose to the rank of master by her 16th name day. When Battle Brothers left to join the resistance, she would not be left behind. A whole bunch of pluggies that aggroed onto me, which means I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I was not looking at my health. Oh god. Thank you. And there in the muddy camps, amongst soldiers prone to fits of despair, Aggie was once again a welcome ray of sunshine. She became their living banner, a rallying presence on the field. They cheered when she was selected for gun hill displays. Blaz and Bellable loud as the bull, but she suspected Azajana based her decision more on politics than merit. Still, she saw no point in arguing. Aggie continued as she always had, fighting the good fight, and my puggy died? My puggy died, I'm going to die too. Please. Please de-aggro from me, for the love of God. Okay. Castrum has popped. Which means that the things are gonna die down abruptly as everyone goes into Castrum. Okay, I will continue with Shorty's hat, fighting a good fight, lifting the morale of her comrades. I wonder if there is put that there. Oops, field record. I can put the field record there. Sick. You love to see it. Makes life a bit easier. Right. Are there any puggies taking place in taking part in this? No. Well, oh, don't aggro onto me. Let's do. I guess that person's registered for Castrum. I cannot do Castrum yet. I am way out of it. So I will instead join the group of puggies who are, thank fuck, doing this fate. I did this with, I think, yeah, 2 or 3 before, and it was non-ideal. I'm guessing everyone here is, like, in this party, I should say, not party, but you know what I mean, is registering for Castrum. Come on, let's do it. Valandamar, you're a tank pupil. Last looks like intercastrum happening, but I should hit rank 5 soon, hopefully. Ideally I'd hit like rank 8 or whatever it is that you need to hit to finish like I don't know, I want to at least get it to the point where I can just do a bunch of leveling off camera, and I'd like to unlock the unlock the 3rd zone. Just to make leveling a bit easier, but honestly, I feel like I should come in here as just a healer. I'd be everyone's friend. Fortunately, healer is level 32, so not quite. That sounded wrong. Ah, I hit the wrong button once again, but we're okay. It's about... Please stop kiting the henchman. If the three of us sit here, we can take it out, but the more you kite it, the more of a pain in the ass it becomes to fight. Nice. So, 250. I've got 2 more to go, I reckon. Got another lockbox. So I'm gonna sit here. Hop on. No, I'm not gonna hop on a mount actually. So I can keep my Blood of the Dragon up. Wait for 7, 15, 8. Oh no, 1 more fate and I should be rank 5. Sick. There we go. I'm gonna drop this Blood of the Dragon, but oh well. C'est la vie. Someone put protect on me. God bless you. Please nobody comment on how earlier I thought there was a difference between 600 and 800 is 400. I'm so... my brain is like... not, you know? Like, just in case anyone was wondering. It isn't happening today. Penny says, my beasts will sup on your flesh. And what she says, okay. Leon has taught me well. Just let me beat you up. Get me up to rank 5. Nice. And notes on Javen. Right. Let's pop that. Javen is a member of Gunhilda's Blades and assumed to be a native of Bozja, though none claim to know for certain. Notoriously reticent, the little he has divulged to his past suggests his road led through many lands. Fafnir to the south, Hingashi to the east, even the imperial capital of Garlemald to the north, in his quest to master the arts of the arcane. His obsession with magery began with a journey to Eorzea. He travelled with his father to Gridania, desperate to find a cure to the wasting disease which afflicted his mother. Their efforts, however, were to be in vain. The illness took her life even as they sought the means to her salvation. Knowing only that his mother's ailment began with the Empire's occupation of Bozja, the young Javen's grief soon grew into wrathful hunger for vengeance against those he held responsible for his passing. He considered the magecraft he'd witnessed in his travels and swore to take that knowledge back with him to Bozja. He would make his own study of the world's magics and bring those powers to bear against the Imperial invaders. Yet although Zaven succeeded in creating a unique school of spellweaving, he refrained from sharing his expertise with others. He simply could not risk his wisdom, focused as it was on dealing destruction, becoming the catalyst of misery in the hands of an unscrupulous practitioner. Zaven himself soon became a peerless mage, his presence on the battlefield akin to a vengeful god, inspiring awe and terror in equal measure. He does not fear death. He tempts it, welcomes it even. Such fatalism stems from a prophecy pronounced upon him by a seer of unknown origin, whom he chanced across in the ruined halls of Damascus. Though the words spoken were foreign to his ear, Javen was nevertheless able to divine their meaning. When the fires of revolution stain the skies of Bozja, his doom would be at hand. And now that the southern front is consumed by turmoil, he believes it is there that his grave awaits. He will not seek to avoid this fate, but carve a red trail through his foes as a proud blade of Gunhilda, until such time as an inevitable demise rises up to climb him. He does not fear death. With every moment that passes, the prophecy edges ever closer. It's so good. The writing in Bozja is really good. I love this lore. Pardon me. It's just so, like it's, fighting grows fierce there. Vigilant. There's no odds what they planned. Fashion was on a loss of metal. Okay. Very dependent on your resistance rank. Let's appraise our forgotten actions, seeing as we're here. Okay, let's with that. I'm gonna add a whole bunch of potions just in case, you know? And let's do our lock boxes. Sphere miniature, Tyrion, 2 indigo scars. Okay. Okay. Here's my indigo stars there. And let us talk to Demeter. Blade Caprote Helene, we received word from the field that Empire's forces have fallen back. In fact, our troops pushed forward far enough to claim an enemy encampment near the southern entrenchment. My commanding officer instructed me to give you a brief tour of the site at your earliest convenience. I will await you there. Right. Let's go. Yeah, so the way that the lore in the field records is written, in my opinion, is really good because it's a tell not show, and like the way that it's done, if you're not interested in the backstory and you're just here because like it's the thing to do, you don't have to pay attention. But if you are interested in the backstory, it's really helpful. Like just the stuff in the Lost Collection and like what we've been able to glean of Bozja's story from there is has like informed basically my complete rewriting of my character's backstory. You know, Myron, I'd always sort of thought she'd been in one of the places that had probably been attacked by the Guardians, and then she fled them and became a pirate, but I sort of, you know, she has a, in my mind, more nuanced backstory now, in that she, fun plan, too spooky, I've been able to come up with more of her story because of the lore that gives her, it gives me more forethought, but it also makes the story that I do have like more depressing, you know, like. Right, let's take this fucking statue down, shall we? I don't really know where I'm going with this. Bozja good, that's what I have to say. I'm enjoying it. Welcome to Alana Stand. If you wish to travel between here and Aegis, feel free to use the aetheryte shard over there. I'd suggest attuning to it before you leave. One last thing, while we've made great strides in our fight against the Empire, there's still much to be done before we can retake Castrum Lacus Litore. I expect the enemy will only grow more determined as we advance forward, but we must press on. For Bozja. Right, Participate in new quests. And then we hit rank 6 and we can get the next one. But for now, let's tune to this while I move these over. Attune to. I'm so dumb. I'd never attuned to the Aetheryte Shard before. Right, let's bung return and attune to that. And we can start doing newer things. As you can tell, we've got a hunker chunk to get through. Hunker chunk is of course the correct phrase here. I reckon this will take me about 9 to 10-ish. How nice, a tenacious and menagerie, poised to strike at Lana stand. Must be repelled before the resistance outpost is overrun by fiends. Time to repay Leon's trust. Let's beat up this nice guy. Basil Jen says, this is how we Bozjans do battle. So the field records, by the way, are a complete random, like whether or not they drop is random, but what they drop from is not random, so Hanesa's aggroed onto me. That's what's happening here. No wonder. I'll sit here and beat up this manticore then, until someone takes it from me. Because I don't want it. There's an actual tank there as well who could be helping. Yo, it's time to put the skills you taught me to good use. The manticore says, "Arg." And what she says, I'm gonna die? A tank to please take this from me? Still, oh, gross. Tamed Manticore says "Grrrg," just by the by. There we go. Love to see it. So that was Henai's, a worthy foe. Right, I'm gonna accidentally draw a bunch of goblins, but we're going to open up the map over this way. LF. Some puppies. To join this faith, please. Void Center are inevitably drawn to sites where blood is spilled, but they may feed on the ether of those fallen in battle. Though this poses much a threat to the Empire as it does the Resistance, the front line cannot exist until these fiends are eliminated. The Doblin does not pose a threat, except to anyone but me. What about 2,700 more? Should we divide that by 500-ish? Is about 5. I think I can unlock the third zone if I hit rank 8, so maybe I'll hit that today. I doubt it, but you never know. So there's not a huge amount of commentary that you can do for when you're just feint grinding, I'm afraid to say. I can talk about what I've been reading about today, which is Maya deities and their gender, and I think the argument of chunk of my paper that it's relevant to is going to be that Maya deities were emblematic of a method of transitioning between genders. I'm not sure yet. It's like Aggie says, "Yeah," and Blast says, "A futile endeavour. For my blade you are nothing." Verbal says, "You've never seen a blade like this." Aggie says, "This one's mine." And Bellabor says, "It's too late for you." I'm glad they finally came along after I've done all the fighting. Nice. And I got notes on Blaz. My leg is absolutely out, gone to sleep. Let's go unlock that thing. Blaz is a samurai and direct descendant of the founders of the Verdant Path, an illustrious martial school famous for teaching everything from unarmed combat to swordplay to spear techniques. The school has a history of forbidding its disciples from engaging in uprisings, adhering to the philosophy that martial perfection was to serve the enlightenment of the soul, not sharpen tools for base conflict. When insurrection broke out in Bozja, however, there were students whose hatred for the Empire overwhelmed their stoic sense of obedience. Those who joined the fight were expelled, and so did the Verdant Path avoid confrontation with the Empire's forces. Despite being the youngest child of the school's founding family, Blaz's father also chose to rebel against his teachings and then displayed to the Bozjan courts. In the end, however, the uprising was crushed. Blaz's father took shelter in Derma, where he was eventually to wed, and as time passed, be blessed with a son. Blaz, following in his sire's martial footsteps, entered a prestigious samurai school and mastered the art of the katana at a young age. Oh no, snakes. No, snakes. Some days later, when he had returned from the exile to lead his nation in revolution, the eager Hrothgar seized the opportunity to repay his family's debts to Derma. Once Derma's liberation was secured, Blaz made ready to strike out on his own. But after hearing rumours of an Eastern alliance, new uprising in Bozja, he knew his road must lead to his father's homeland. Okay, we'll go back there. The verdant path was experiencing upheaval of its own at this time, with a newly appointed schoolmaster championing the cause of rebuilding the Bozja of old. Blaz was welcomed with open arms and even offered the position to teach the arts of the samurai. He declined the honour. Though his father had since passed on, Blaz was determined to carry on his legacy. He would join the resistance in the ranks of Gunhilda's blades, swearing an oath to see the nation of Bozja reborn. So, fun fact, these buildings, your friend of mine, Lobster Tree, is pretty certain that they look like this with the weird crystals as a result of the Bozja incident, which is pretty neat. Is anyone doing arts and recreation? Or am I going to suffer alone? Yeah. Oh, there's a couple of people here. Sick. Given that I have an hour left, I don't want to go get a new instance, but I'm kind of also tempted to, I don't know. Ah, nice. So yeah, what they were talking about in that that thing with the resistance, I'm kind of tempted to give Myron a similar sort of thing, perhaps a bit later, you know, if the instance happens, and I'm kind of tempted to say, like, she's still technically a kid when she's sent away. I feel like that'd be extra depressing. But what do I know, huh? Right. Should we go try and do Seek and Destroy? Seeing as that is done, got a silver for it. Oh well, could be worse. I reckon about 6 more. So yeah, this is what most people do, is they just float between various zones, grabbing fates. There is a way to increase the amount of metal you get if a jewel pops up, which is if you do really well in a CE, you can get an invitation to a duel with not any CE, but a set of CEs. You can get an invitation to a duel, and if you win that duel, everyone in the zone gets increased metal. Which is pretty neat. I have been invited to a duel a handful of times, but I've never got entered into one. go do the element of supplies. All my homies suffer. I'm getting a good chunk of tortured memories though, which is nice. Five-ish more, I reckon. Five of these ones in Old Bozja, I reckon, should get me up. Don't know if I'm gonna hit. I can't remember if it's rank 8 or 9 you need to get the last bit. I doubt I'm gonna hit it today, but you never know. It's 10 o'clock now. So 2 hours plus unlock. But then it becomes a real bitch to get ranks after this point. I hope people are, oh thank goodness people are doing the element of supplies. This is the one that we just did, BT dubs. Imperial forces are planning to establish refueling reparation system for the Warmacker, even gone so far as to leave their supplies out in the open, although not entirely undefended. This is not the one we just did, my mistake. It's the opposite to the one we just did. Heat up boxes, primarily. Most of what you do. So glad that I don't have like noises turned on for say chat. I get so grumpy. There's one thing FF14 players love doing, it's being negative, they said negatively. Primarily because CE is not popping as much as it used to, but like, fair. Javen says, cowards, you depend on machines to fight your battles. Ragnar Lodbrok himself, hang on, I have to get a screenshot. I'm gonna drop my Life of the Dragon, but whatever. I can't actually get in here yet, so just sit here and wait. 2,000 more to go, which is about 4 more Old Bozja fates. Oh no, never mind. I'm gonna do Help Wanted. I was gonna go do the Beast Must Die, but Help Wanted it is. Oh, fat cats. They are fat and also cats. I love them. Ah, and no camping allowed. Sick. We'd love to see it. Resistance unit find itself swarmed by Imperial forces. Without aid, they will surely be overwhelmed. Let's do all fighting. This way. Pop a bloodbath just in case. You never know. We'll need help. Doctors up. already. Ragnar Lodbrok is just standing there in his sport summer shirt. Nice. Let's hop down here and do no camping allowed. A random buggy has aggroed onto me for reasons I do not understand. W the Blessed and troops struck the camp in strategic resistance, obstructing the advance of the resistance. Swift assault should send them packing, opening a path for your allies. Ah. I'm gonna hit some lost cures real quick. I like that when you do Lost Cure, you do, I hold my my spear like it's a white mage staff. Soldiers, now for something special. Won't will they open their eyes? Of course it's just. We're the ones fighting in the names of freedom. You're just dogs serving the imperial oppressors. How can you betray your people and give your lives to those tyrants? We serve Gabran, the man of honor. He would bring peace and equality for all. Then what are we Bozjans? He would have us killed to the last man. You're wrong. He seeks unity, not division. Do you guys want to hear my crackpot theory for what's going to happen in 6.0? So, not to get too far ahead of myself, but it seems pretty clear that Gabran seeks to create a new country, a new nation state, separate from that of Garlemald, for whatever reason. So my crackpot theory, which probably doesn't work, is that we perhaps ally with, if we don't kill Gabran, my crackpot theory is that we ally with him, and with him we go and attack Garlemald itself, because it seems like he's no longer loyal to them. The issue, of course, is that he is a colonizer and he wants to form his new nation state on a nation state that already exists. Next week did not do what it intended to. Ooh, a CE is up. Let's register for that. It has 11 people in it, but I feel like they'd possibly sink it down if you don't get enough people in. Nice, right. Let's go do Pyromancer Supreme. Jimpio says, you monsters, I'll never forgive you. Never. No, we were supposed to see this through together, she says. Let's start the of the Inferno fight. Stop and scripts in around you, metal. Problem is, if nobody reses me, I can't join the CE now that I'm dead. There's 2 black mages. Loris, please? Please? die again. That was so rude. Undercooked risotto is saving me. Maybe. I'm just gonna hop straight into the CE rather than try and finish this. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I should level up with the CE, so. Yes. I apologise. What is happening here? Everything. Everything happens so much. Hopefully this will get me it will get me closer at least. I can't remember how to do this, so I'm going to be following the pluggies. I'm gonna die. Did get a sheaf of notes on volleyball though. I'm only 500 away now as well, so hopefully second wind. I'm just annoyed that I fucked up and I dropped my buff. I buffed as we went into the shit everywhere stage. Completing target assessment, switching to secondary attack routine. Right. Also known as it's the dying hour. Oh, we have to stand in these towers. Fuck, 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 fuck. I'm here, I'm here. I'm sure there's a proper way to do this, I've just never learned it. My technique for this has always been just yell. And it works sometimes. Sorry that I keep accidentally opening one of my settings menus. Nice. Rank you up. Good lord, that was scary. Right. Let's go. Hand that in. Gosh, that was very scary. Ooh, this jewel up. I died, so I'm don't count for it. But it does exist, so maybe after we level up we can go watch that guy die in the duel, whoever gets into it. Participants 101. No corpses too. I'm annoyed you can't open up your chocobo saddlebag because that's what I would. And that housing item. Right. So open up the notes on Velibor. Rank up. Absolutely need to hit that. Proof of your penalty. New resistance weapon quest. And lost cash. Let's go do the quest. Yeah, see, this is the problem. You're now at 18,000 for the next one, and it's like, ah, it's a bitch. Okay. I haven't got anything new to say. Ready to put their plan into action. Apologies for the delay, but as you can see, the ether monitoring devices have finally arrived. There she is! Your friend and mine! Oh my, Arshad. Suddenly I'm glad the Chief insisted I make the delivery. I believe you and Miss Makoto ordered these. Spectrometer needs a touch more fine-tuning, but it should be ready in no time at all. The sensors are to be placed at key locations close to the largest ether currents in the region. Once Lilja has finished making the final adjustments to the spectrometer, we can activate them remotely and isolate the ethereal signature we're looking for. May seem somewhat far-fetched, but the theory is sound. Think of the ether currents as streams flowing underground, which, at certain locations, converge into larger rivers. The streams can prove quite difficult to trace. The rivers, less so. As you might imagine, because these rivers are a confluence of myriad streams, it is no simple task to filter out and extract ether of a specific frequency. Which is why, before anything can be done, we first need a thorough analysis of the ether flowing through these larger currents. Once the signature we're after has been isolated, we can then trace it back to its source. One current flows under this camp. After setting sensors at 2 additional sites, we should be able to gather enough data to isolate the desired signature. Once traced back to its source, we should find something of a reservoir, hopefully with suitable stores of ether to charge the crystal focus. Unfortunately, the 2 remaining sites where we intend to place sensors are presently points of conflict with the Empire. Might we ask that you go and set them? I do love Makoto, I have to say. I have a weakness for her. She's not as good as Msisha, my hot girlfriend, but I'll mark the locations on your map. Once the sensor is in place, use this link pearl to contact us. I know this all sounds rather hazardous, but if anyone can make a success of this plan, it's you. You got it. Where's okay. Right. Let's teleport. To Lana's stand, and then you Shobo while we read our latest thingy. Velibor is a knight and second cousin to Blaz. Unlike Blaz, he is a direct descendant of the founders of the Verdant Path, an illustrious martial school famous for teaching everything from unarmed combat to swordplay to spear techniques. This institution has existed for 200 years, and its adherents rose up in strength to defend the city strait of Bozja against the Gullian Empire's incursion. As the invasion rolled on, however, Bash van Gabrath, the Legatus of the 4th Legion, grew reluctant at the slaughter of so much promising martial talent. He promised the Verdant Path amnesty and protection if it would but swear fealty to the Empire. The schoolmaster accepted, and by surrendering himself to the invaders' justice, were his disciples spared further bloodshed. It was Velibor's grandmother who inherited the schoolmaster's mantle, and she upheld Gabrath's pact with unflinching rigidity. Tempers would flare and groups would form to rebel against the occupying forces, but any student she caught joining these uprisings was immediately expelled. Thus did the verdant path endure? It was on her deathbed, however, that she muttered these words to her successor, Velibor's father. I have honoured our promise to Gamranth as my husband wished. His sacrifice was an act of love, to ensure that we survived. But you, my son, are not beholden to this oath. A new age is upon us. Laz arrived to find the verdant path now aligned with his own purpose, and Velibor discovered his second cousin, the kindred spirit. I thought I could go up that way, but I can't. He remembers their first meeting and can sense that a missing part of his soul had returned. Indeed, Velibor felt his distant relative more a brother in truth. For within a short while they were engaged in friendly rivalry, their mutual encouragement leading to the invention of new martial techniques. Even as their companionship blossomed, the school took steps to formalise its allegiance to the Bozjan resistance, and Velibor, along with a few other dear comrades, was invited to join Gunhilda's Blades. This day, as on every other, is his greatsword poised to fall upon the oppressors of his people. Right. More importantly, trying to avoid a fight by sneaking. There seems to be nowhere to cross the ravine. If you would reach the site of the current, you must enlist further aid from the resistance. Ring ring. They, I guess, transport us over somehow. I have to say, it's really nice doing this and actually paying attention to what's going on instead of rushing through to try and get to the same point as more of my friends. Because I definitely did not have any idea what we were doing when I did this on Maeve. I'm sort of vaguely caught up in the story now, but like, not really, you know. More importantly, I'm just sitting here and enjoying this funky music. Just as I get Life of the Dragon up, how rude. Hello. I've done the thing. Initiating the data collection protocol. We've confirmed activity on our end. The sensor is buried into the ground, yes? Excellent. The rest we can handle from here. Return to base and be careful. Maybe I should do a stream tomorrow with me finishing Bozja off. No, I will save it. Sorry for dropping frames, I'm looking the thing up. Here we go. Right, so 7, 8, 9 and 10 each have quests associated with them. Okay. I might just rank up in my own time then and then do all the quests in one go. Welcome back, Arshad. With the first sensor in place, Mashisha can begin. Wait, where did she? My hot girlfriend. Getting bullied. And why is it that you get to stay here safe and sound while the rest of us who our lives are way out there? Oh, how she must have begged and pleaded for the commander to let her stay. Please, Commander Bozja, don't make me go. I'll do anything to remain here at camp. Pathetic. Though I suppose you've never been one above begging, have you? We'll see who's begging when I gut you like a fish. That's enough, all of you. Our fight is with the Empire, not our brothers and sisters in arms. Should I hear so much of a whisper of such demeaning remarks again, you will find judgment not before a court-martial, but before my blade's edge. Am I understood? Bozja, my whole girlfriend. Let me speak with them. I'm certain they did not mean to make such crass remarks. So you would defend them, then? Not so much, but you know how soldiers can be, especially those of supposedly gentle blood. They probably think of it as idle banter is all. You and I are from different worlds, Marsak. I love her so much. She deserves better. Overhear him, did you? Oh, what an embarrassment. It's like, she deserves better. They should be friends. Those buffoons are an unfortunate reminder of our past. You see, Bozja rose above its humble beginnings to become a prosperous nation, due in no small part to contributions to the nobility. To outsiders, it exemplified the qualities of an ideal republic. Appearances can be deceiving, however. Disparity between nobles and commoners proved a chasm that could never be filled. Even under imperial rule, vestiges of that great divide would remain. I wish to believe everyone shared my vision of a unified Bozja, where all are equal in dignity and rights. But there are those who long for the status and privilege of that supposed golden era, when wealth and power are one and the same. And for every one of the haves, there were 1,000 have-nots. Mashisha's family was of the latter. As a child, she walked for hours each day to and from school in the hope of a better life. The Imperials recognised her dedication and saw fit to educate her. Her talent has earned her no small amount of envy from her peers. Nevertheless, she is a faultless example of what a good soldier should be. That anyone would take her for being lowborn as justification for She is a faultless example of what a good soldier should be. That anyone would take her being lowborn as justification for ridicule is absurd. I will not stand for it. Might I ask you to keep this out between us? While I'm loath to sweep such matters under the rug, to address them here and now could very well undermine all we have fought so hard to achieve. My whole girlfriend. Just love her a lot. I had a talk with Jessie and convinced her to let me stay here on the Southern Front. Isn't that great? I'm not sure what help I can be to when it comes to tourists such as yourself, but if you need anything, just let me know. Just tell me about the Strawmatter. Seeing as I haven't read the manual, I'll have to settle for a brief explanation. Just promise not to tell Jessie, okay? The idea originally came from Makoto and the chief, genius that he is, was able to put her ideas to paper. After that, all it took was a little ingenuity from our engineers to bring everything together. After the sensors are in place and it turned on, they analyse the ether currents running through the area, and that data is tracked by our monitors here. What makes it so invaluable to our plans is its ability to distinguish between varying ethereal signatures. The large ether currents we're tracking are like giant rivers fed by streams of different kinds of ether, but with the spectrometer we can easily pick out the specific ones we need. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? The what? Oh right, the chief picked it up on one of his scavenging trips to Allegan Ruin somewhere. Been surprisingly nice to have around. Goodness knows I can't keep track of everything going around here. Jessie asks that I keep it on all times. Between you and me though, I think she just wants to keep a close eye on me. Whether that's a good or bad thing, I'm not sure. Processing audio data. Please wait. Okay. Just got the same dialogue over and over again. Fine. The very moment of our analysis of ether current is complete, you'll be the first to know. Though I'm afraid we must ask you to delve deeper into enemy territory to reach the next site. A fool's errand unless we can drive the Empire's forces back further. I trust we can count on your assistance in that regard. Of course we can. At least, I think so. We can, right? Well, we'll see. did we get a new field record? No, I've read all the ones we have. Okay. Let's do our lockboxes and stuff, seeing as we're here. Ooh, nice materia. We do love to see it. Steel Saint and Spell Forge. Nice. I'm getting much better luck than I ever do on Maeve. Maeve, I get the same shit over and over again. Right. Let's... pop both of these just in case. Also gonna grab that. And put a re-raiser on because it's always helpful. And let's roll out. So we've got half an hour left, so let's see how much we can get done in half an hour. My plan, I've decided, is I'm going to elemental supplies is going to finish before I can get there. Is there anybody doing this? Can I do this solo? Maybe? No is the answer. I can and will die. I said having not even died, just prognosticating, but I will. I suppose even if I fail this, I still get some credit for it, so let's try and take these guys out as much as possible. Not efficient, but nothing I ever do is, so. Ah, bugger. This is going to be a problem. Feel it in my bones. Fuck that noise, I'm leaving. Elemental supplies are stuck at 83%, so. I should have gone to do that. Problem is, I don't think you get, yeah. You don't get access to, the ether thing you have there until level 8. Why is the element of supplies like stalled out? Has everyone abandoned it because they loaded into a CE? Maybe. Anyway. I accidentally a dragon. It's going to destroy me. At least we get to hear the cool, funky music. pick up this box. Nice. Oh. This may be just a dead instance now. Yeah, there's 3 people in here. Okay. Let's leave and find a new instance, seeing as this one is dead as a doorknob. Does it feel kind of a waste to do that for 25 minutes? Yes. Oh well. Hopefully we don't into the same instance we just left. If we do, I guess I'll just quit stream for the night and keep going tomorrow. Right. Did what are we doing? Ah, nice, sick. You love to see it. Ooh, and a jewel is up too. Let's TP over to Alana's stand. Okay, good. People are participating. A bit annoying that I used my potion, but oh well. I will pop the protect. No, actually, we're good. I'm not like storing stuff anymore, so. I'll use up my protect. There's a very cute cat girl here. Just saying. Good cat girl content. Apparently Castrum just popped. So that'll be why. Oh, see, you love to see it. Oops. Nice. Speak up, Jungu. Says, hasn't there been enough bloodshed? It's like, yeah. Okay. CD is up. say chat is getting a little salty. So, be glad that my face is covering it. Dying, and it's very unfair. Let's go. Nice. Jumbu continues to say, how can we help to build Grant's new nation? I joined someone's party, but they're not here. Ah, okay. Some of them have loaded in, others have not. Look, Black Barber, your prey has arrived. Black Barber, envelop them in slicing wings. Send them sprawling. I cannot see a bloody thing. Gonna hit arm's length and hope. Okay, no, I'm going to die. Baba, you heard. Come to me. Time to win this, Akbaba. So you kill the Beastmaster first, and then you fuck up the Akbaba. Rude! I'm gonna turn. Right. Turn these off. Maybe that will make things better. Like Baba, I have failed you. Now, fuck this guy up. He will fucking kill me. Love, heal. Issue, we don't have any healers in the group. That'll fucking do it. Arm's length. You hit arm's length and it's like lol. Pitch. It's death time though. Not having any healers will do that to you. I'm gonna be dead, but at least I participated, right? Nice. Hello. Let us take a look. So 12,400, so I've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 5,500. No camping allowed, I guess it's also going to complete before we get there. But let's at least go over there and see. Ah, party was disbanded. My instance is pretty much full, so lots of rank 15s though, not many babies. Okay. While they do their thing, let's sit here and wait for a fate to pop. I'll work out why my phone buzzed at me earlier. This phone's not getting a major upgrade. Someone liked an Instagram photo. That's why. Let's get out of here. Head that away. It's definitely, before you unlock the third bit, it's definitely more efficient to do Old Bozja fates, and once you unlock Element Climb, it's more efficient to do Element Climb fates. But like, if you're down here, you may as well, you know. Oh, but one just popped up there. Ugh. Fine, we'll go do that. Speaking of more efficient, given that I need 5,500. It's about 10-ish fates, so tennis Old Bozja fates. I wonder if it'd be faster to just only wait for Old Bozja ones. Anyway, what I was saying was my plan is to rank up. The thing is, I can't do the rank 8 quest to unlock that Element Climb off camera because it's such a good. I want to do that on camera because it's one of my favourite quests. Thank you, there are people here. Uprooted Lime. What a good name. Ah, we have a tank too. You love to see it. Rank some AoEs about, as it were. And have fun. Be interesting to see how much I can level up without having, like, can I get to rank 10 without having access to Element Climb? So then I can just do all of the things and then run around waiting for a castrum to pop. We'll see. I don't know. It'd be nice if you could like put a party finder up, be like, non-meme run, we're just doing castrum for people who haven't been able to clear it. I think Castrum would be more likely to pop if it gave better rewards. Like, the drops in it are nice, but I think if it gave experience or if it gave metal, it would be, people would be more likely to do it. That's just my 2 cents though. Where's it going? Lag. Chat is being salty, so let's just ignore Snapchat. I was going to say we'll fuck up this adventure, but where it's going? Here, there, and everywhere. Let's do seek and destroy. Search and destroy. Search and destroy. Heavy boots of lead popped. Let's do seek and destroy first, but I'll keep an eye on heavy boots. I think some of the people who are doing seek might then move up and do heavy boots. Oh, there's a henchman left. Everyone's like, gotta go. This guy out. Just to finish the fight. There we go. Thanks for the cure. Heavy boots of lead. I might stop after heavy boots. Seeing as there's no way that I'm getting to rank 7 on camera. If I could get to rank 8, that would have been the best, because then I could have just ground up to rank 10 in my own time, but oh well, c'est la vie. There's a whole bunch of people over here now, so residents have previously defeated an ancient automaton, only for it to reappear with improved capabilities. No telling the habit it will wreak if it left to its own devices. I hate this one. I really do. Just because it's like a fucking melee one. Excuse me. Ow. Every day from the supper. Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna die, so... Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Put some cures on it while I, hit the wrong fucking button. Please ignore how I'm absolutely fucking up my rotation here. Love to see it. People in Salt Chat, wow. People in Salt Chat are really getting salty. It's a bit of a Freudian slip there. However, I did make a truly excellent Freudian slip the other day. We had to read some Freud for class, and we weren't reading Freud, we'd already done that. We were reading a critique of Freud, and I did, on at least one occasion, accidentally write Freud rather than Freud, which felt very, call that one a Freudian slip, huh? Don't steal that joke, I'm going to put it on Twitter. Do we have anyone who can help? See you, Puggy. Puggy watches as I run straight back into battle like a fool. Nice. And it just takes off. Cecilia says I shall have to make further improvements. Right. Thank you to the members of the Resistance. I must thank you for your part to my experiments. Until next time, my test subjects. But folks, I think that is going to end things. It's going to be the end of it for me. We have at least unlocked Bozja and we've seen the beginning of it. So I will end things here. I am going to be streaming Higurashi When They Cry and Minagoroshi tomorrow. We are going to be finishing that off. I'm sure we're definitely going to have a very good ending and nothing at all will go wrong. Then on Saturday I'll be streaming Nier Automata, where we're going to be doing a couple more of the side quests before we move on to the Flooded City. Then on Sunday it'll be Destiny 2, where we're going to be starting Season of the Hunt, finally starting that, which will be interesting. And then next Tuesday will be more Final Fantasy 14, it's 5.4! Astonishing. So I'm going to be streaming probably from about 7 o'clock next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Pacific. And we're going to be doing 5.4. The plan is to do on Tuesday, do the MSQ only, and then on Wednesday, probably you'll do an afternoon to early evening stream. I might start around 5 if I can, or maybe a bit later, but I kind of am tempted to do it earlier just to get it done. For all of the non-MSQ stuff. So anyway, take care everybody, have a wonderful evening, do look after yourselves and be excellent to each other. Thank you for watching and I shall see you guys on Thursday.